Communist Party, staffed almost completely with Xi loyalists, voted to remove presidential term limits from the constitution. But ruling China isn't enough for the CCP. To ensure their own survival, they need to topple the liberal globe order modeled on Western democracies, and China's got two plans to do just that. The first is the most direct and simple approach, and it starts off right on their own shores. China's ambitions to become the world's reigning superpower will never come to pass if it can't first topple the current reigning world superpower, the United States of America. In order to achieve this, it first must kick the US out of the Pacific for good, and that means building a strong navy. Navies need soldiers though, and to that end, China is preparing its people and the world for war against the United States. Since the late 2010s, a slew of Chinese action films have been released globally, featuring Chinese heroes who inevitably end up fighting against corrupt American villains. Meanwhile, China threatens to blacklist any films that feature Chinese villains, as US producers discovered in 2012 when the Red Dawn remake was forced to undergo extensive reshoots and editing to change a plausible Chinese invasion of America into an unrealistic invasion by North Korean troops. China has never been able to challenge even just the US Navy's Pacific forces, never mind the entire might of the American Navy. But in the last 10 years, China's ability to challenge the US Navy has dramatically increased, with capabilities that it could only dream of when first Xi took power. First, China has developed a massive ballistic missile force, the largest in the world. So large, in fact, it's now officially its own branch of the Chinese military, the Chinese Liberation Army Rocket Force. The nation might still lag behind the United States when it comes to long-range targeting capabilities, but they have proven that they have the capability of hitting a mobile target far from their own shores, at least in testing. Under kinetic and electronic attack, it's not known how well the inexperienced Chinese military will actually perform. And that is key when considering discussing Chinese military might. For all their improvements in modernizing their forces and expanding capabilities, China is still a completely inexperienced military which has not fought a modern war. The last conflict it fought against Vietnam in the 70s was a humiliating affair, even after Vietnam had been severely weakened by its long war against the US. Vietnam ended up fighting.
This is not what I want to freaking hear. Definitely not. Okay.
Odds makers are making that abundantly clear to every fan of college football, every pundit in college football, is that this guy is the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. College football has never been better. Interest has never been higher. I believe that we are at the dawn of the golden age of college football. It was an epic day of college football. It was one of those days where you fall in love with the sport all over again. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the program. This is the Joel Klatt Show. I am Joel Klatt, and this show is always brought to you by Hampton by Hilton. We thank them for their support, as always. And we thank you for watching. We thank you for listening wherever you're listening and however you're consuming this program. We very much appreciate your passion and your enthusiasm for this great sport that we all love. Remember, wherever you're listening, rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. If you are watching on YouTube, congratulations, way to go. Subscribe to the show, please, and hit that notification button down below. Leave a comment, do all the things. And then wherever you like to social media, we're there as well. You can leave us comments there. You can interact with us on social media. You can find our content there at Joel Klatt Show on social media. Okay, great reaction here because, again, it was a tremendous day of college football. It always delivers, and it just delivers even more this year because we've got such a larger inventory of meaningful games because of the expanded.
I have a ramen noodles pack, right? But I used the sauce for something else. So I said, I have a ramen noodles pack. What can I use to I'm thinking, like, what can I use to still use the ramen noodles pack, right? It says soy sauce and sesame oil. Flavorful. Okay. Chicken broth or vegetable broth. Garlic and ginger. I think I have garlic and ginger. Hot sauce. Okay, I can have hot sauce. Peanut butter. Peanut butter with some soy sauce and a bit of hot water. Interesting. I'm going to try one of these things. I think the chicken and vegetable broth, that's what be the hit. Soy sauce. I don't think I have soy sauce though. Very interesting. My bad, child. I was chilling with my fam, my cousin. I know we got some shit to do, but guys, set some time to chill with the family and shit. Enjoy life, you feel me? Business, take care of, thank God for the day, all that good stuff. But we here. We're going to be streaming all night, so let's get to work. Back to work. Very, very, very interesting. Chicken broth. That's a good idea. Never thought about that. All right, let's play. Turns out Ak is about to be on. I don't know where the hell he is. This nigga's late as fuck. So let's play now. So when he comes on, we can just listen in.
Damn. Fill me in, Commander. What are you seeing? Over.
We've got military casualties, 2 of the missing troopers. Looks like they were interrogated. It's messy.
Should taste good. Delicioso! No. Damn it, the batteries. This shit gonna be dead. Yep. This shit is going to die.
Watch your motion trackers. What the hell is that?
June, you see anything?
Negative. Thermal's clean.
Yeah, we gotta make the studio so we can start recording. I think I want to start recording my nigga. My cousin be rapping and shit too, so I gotta record. I have everything.
Boss, I see movement outside your structure.
Noble 2, move up to the west. We're about to be flanked.
Covenant!
Contact! Flash, assist! Here we go.
They're headed into the base. Move down to the lower level.
Where's the lower level? I got no way.
I'm under fire!
Banshees, heads up, Charlie 1.
Right there.
Taking
One.
Need a better angle.
Last nigga this got put in the box. Get that shit out the box.
If you need me, move. Take the enemy fire. Stay into them.
Covering.
We'll make it more work than these targets. Keep it up.
Noble leader, enemy dropships inbound.
Falcon, moving to assist.
Freaking hair itched out of nowhere. That shit hurt.
Area secure, sir. The more the merrier. Nails out of us.
Stand down, Noble. Stand down. Contacts neutralized.
Contacts. It's the damn Covenant.
Cheer up, big man. This whole valley just turned into a free fire zone. Cat, you got a report home. I need you at that relay outpost now. Boss, I'm showing more activity to the east. Copy that, Jared. We're on it. 6, you got point. Heads up. See more hostile activity to the northeast. You feel you're with Cat. 6 and I will run interference on the ground. We'll meet you at the outpost.
Noble 3, requesting airlift. Over.
Get to work, Noble.
Get this heat moving.
Contact. Operational. Mow him down. Those aren't friendlies.
Picking up a distress signal.
Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read? We were attacked by Covenant forces. The Covenant is on reach. I repeat, the Covenant is on reach.
The troopers? Let's move, 6. We gotta find the source of that distress call.
No disrespect, but we have more important things to do than round up strays.
We don't leave people behind. You see those troopers, you let me know.
Noble leader, I'm seeing possible friendly forces under attack, northeast of your position. Over.
We're under attack. I repeat, Mayday, Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. We are under attack by the Covenant. I got wounded. Cannot hold this position.
We need to find those troopers now.
Be advised, I have
Travis,
visual on
3
inbound
Charlie.
Covenant dropship.
It's the Covenant.
We know, Corporal. Let's get you out of here. 6, hold position. Clear an LZ.
Be advised, there's a hostile dropship inbound.
Transport. LZ is clear. Move in for evac.
Affirmative. Transport inbound.
She's a well-oiled machine.
Troopers, hey, hop that bird on the double. Pilot, stay close.
Watch for hostile air.
2, sit rep.
We're at the relay outpost. Doors locked. Mechanism's been flash fused.
Can you beat it?
I'll dial up my torch, cut the way through. Gonna take some time.
Okay. We're en route to your location.
We're clear.
Visual.
Approaching the comm outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, breaks over.
On the double. No mercy.
Doing, Cat?
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander. I've cut about halfway through the door.
Contact.
Hold them off. Hack control.
Engaging.
Eyes open. Need a better firing line.
A freaking grenade.
Contact.
Hold them off to hack control.
Some reason, hold on, bro. I can't play without my freaking. Last nigga this the gang got put in the box.
Hold them off to hack control.
wasn't though.
Contact.
Can't see a thing. Noble 6, turn on your night vision.
Control. Go easy. Number 6, search that body.
Where's the rest of your unit?
We got split. I don't think they... It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surge.
Damn. Plasma damage.
Found something.
I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
I got a live one over here.
Come on. Archie, come.
Zmienianinen! Nie! Chodzą byki!
It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you.
Joey, nie!
George,
I got her.
keep still,
Nie!
and I'll release you.
Nick, idź Vanak.
What's the status? Over!
We've been engaged. Bad guy coming out.
They cover his face? Why?
That Tango group has permission to pursue.
-4, stay on the entrance. 2, handle her. 5 and 6, clear the hole.
That dude's face was not supposed to be covered. Who did that?
Taking rounds. Watch out! Nailed that one. Keep it up. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered. Keep it up. Ninja Venabe. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered. Here I come. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered.
See that shit? He's like overthrowing, like he is killing the.
There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered.
He is okay. Got it.
Cat needs you to reset a junction. Do it, get it back here.
Rusty as hell, chat. I'm rusty.
How long?
Question of my life. If the question is, when will the station be back online? 2 weeks, earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland. You're in my light, Commander.
Find out what she knows.
What's your name? Do you live around here? I'm George.
Shara.
Shara? C'est pas trop nev. Your accent sounds familiar. Chapron?
Tangari.
Friend of yours?
Father.
Shine along. I'm sorry.
Why would you be?
Big man forgets what he is sometimes.
She just lost her father. She needs a full psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
Lock it down, both of you. Get her on her feet. The body stays here.
Thank you, sir.
Signa. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. We wouldn't want to ground this place.
Barely getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble One. There are no rebels. The Covenant are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble One. Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative. It's the winter contingency.
May God help us all.
That's what's going on, bro. There's freaking 2 again. What's going on? Why can't I just get my freaking thing to work? I just want it to sound right. That's it. Is that too much hard to ask? Fuck, man. I don't want to restart again. Like fucking Christ, again? Oh, that shit is annoying, bro. I'm tired of hearing echo on my fucking shit.
Be advised, Kilo 3-3 and Kilo 3-4, your current LZ is too hot. Roger that. Dot, stand by and receive and respond.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates received. Initiate immediate course correction. The Office of Naval Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege from a Corvette-class Covenant vessel. Due to the sensitive nature of this facility, use of orbital rounds has been, for the moment, prohibited. Regrettably, my efforts to obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful. However, current defensive forces are insufficient. ONI has requested Team Noble's direct intervention to help secure Sword Base.
All right, people. We're stuck with that ship for the time being. Let's focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George, Emil, you're next. Get prepped.
Let's move, Lieutenant.
Gonna have to do the whole shit over again.
Cat 6, push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Bring your strike team.
I'm in place. Spartans, hostiles north.
Let's knock some heads, Lieutenant.
Lost contact. Fire in your face. That is your face, right?
track the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Where your strike is. New target, quiet.
Spartans, hostiles north.
You know what? I'm just gonna do the first mission over tomorrow. You feel me? Definitely. I'll do the first mission first thing early tomorrow morning. Wait. I didn't. You know what? Just let's go. Just whatever. Whatever, bro. For the third time. Just let it happen, bro. Just accept it. Just accept it. For the third time, shit. Just accept it, big. Just accept it. It sounds right. Just accept it. Accept it. I accept it. Nothing I can do. That's why we just doing this shit on normal now. Because I'm not even in the mood anymore.
Contact with Visegrad Relay was lost last night. All signals flatlined at 2600 hours. I responded with trooper fire teams, which have since been declared MIA.
And now you're sending us.
The Office of Naval Intelligence believes deployment of a Spartan team is a gross misallocation of valuable resources. I disagree.
Commander.
So that's our new number 6.
Cat, you read his file?
Only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
Anyone claim responsibility, sir?
Oni thinks it might be the local insurrection. 5 months ago, they pulled a similar job on Harmony. Hit a relay to take out our eyes and ears, then stole 2 freighters from dry dock. That cannot happen here. Reach is too damn important. I want that relay back online, Noble One.
Sir, consider it done.
Then I'll see you on the other side. Holland out.
Lieutenant.
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Cat, Noble 2, Emil and George 4 and 5. You're riding with me, Noble 6.
Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled. Me, I'm just happy to have Noble back up to full strength. Just one thing, I've seen your file, even the parts the Oni censors didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear?
Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Welcome to Reach.
Wait, why do we have to do this mission again? Actually, we really don't. Actually, we do. Because the sound was off.
Listen up, Noble Team. We're looking at a downed relay outpost 50 clicks from Visegrad. We're gonna introduce ourselves to whoever took it out, then Cat's gonna get it back online.
Get me under the hood, Commander.
So why would rebels want to cut off Reach from the rest of the colonies?
You got a chance, maybe you can ask him, George.
Commander, we just lost our signal with HQ.
Backup channels?
Searching. Nada. Can't say what's jamming us.
You heard her. Dead zone confirmed. Command will not be keeping us company this trip.
I'm lonely already.
Shoot down attempts are likely, so keep your distance.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay focused. Watch your sectors.
There's the communications outpost.
Leaving a distress beacon.
Could be the missing troopers. Let's check it out. Put us down on the bluff. June, I want your eyes in the sky.
Sir.
Let's go, 6. All right, Noble Team, spread out. Watch the approach.
Structure point 34 looks clear from this angle.
Distress beacon's coming from just south of you, Commander. We're close.
Roger that. Eyes peeled.
Found the beacon.
Make out any ID?
Negative, but it's military.
So where are the troopers?
Why are we not seeing explosives residue?
Noble 3, can you confirm any EX residue in the area?
Negative, sir. Plasma, maybe.
Can't be. Not on reach.
There's a lot of blood on the ground. All right, Noble. Looks like there's nothing here. Let's move on.
Smoke at the next structure, boss.
Circle west and check it out. Noble Team, you have permission to engage, but be selective. We don't need to telegraph a presence. Noble 6, move into the house. Going quiet. Right behind you.
Noble leader, I'm seeing heat sigs in the structure ahead.
On your knees, now!
They're not rebels. They're farmers. Look at them.
Ask them what they're doing here.
Mitkerestikit.
Magnamarkatuk min Holly.
Hiding, sir.
Tegnab Adyer, Asomsidot Asia Jordadyat. She called us.
Neighbors were attacked last night. He heard screams, gunfire. Stopped around sunrise. Says something in the fields killed his son.
Something.
Commander, be advised, I'm reading heat signatures in that structure directly east of your position. Over.
Copy that. Get them back inside.
Osman Tom Bepoli. Gering.
Noble Team, double time it. Damn.
Fill me in, Commander. What are you seeing? Over.
We've got military casualties, 2 of the missing troopers. Looks like they were interrogated. It's messy. Moving. Watch your motion trackers.
What the hell is that?
June, you
See anything?
Negative. Thermal's clean. Boss, I see movement outside your structure.
Noble 2, move up to the west. We're about to be
Covenant.
flanked. Contact!
Here we go.
You're headed into the basement. Move down to the lower level.
They're double timing.
Banshees, heads up, Charlie 1.
Lay down some fire. Clear out. I'm hitting.
Noble leader, enemy dropships inbound.
That Falcon, moving to assist.
All right. Enemy from above.
Multiple contact.
Keep moving. Stand down, Noble. Stand down. Contacts neutralized.
Contacts. It's the damn Covenant.
Cheer up, big man. This whole valley just turned into a free fire zone.
Cat, we gotta warn Holland. I need you at that relay outpost now.
Boss, I'm showing more activity to the east.
Copy that, June. We're on it. 6, you got point.
the bell, like, we found the outer batteries. We out of fucking batteries, bro. Everything. Oh my god. I'm fucking pissed. It won't let me finish this freaking game, man. I am not in the mood, bro. Battery controller, bro. These are all trash. All these are freaking trash. Alright, this at least will get us through. Start getting some lucky ass grenade throws, bro.
No mercy.
did put extra grenades though. Man. Shit gonna die, bro.
Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast.
Camille, you're with Cat. 6 and I will run interference on the ground. Meet you at the outpost.
Noble 3, requesting airlift. Over.
Get to work, Noble.
Let's roll out.
Noble 6, on me.
Keep firing! Let's get there in one piece.
Boss, we're picking up a distress signal.
Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read? We were attacked by Covenant forces. The Covenant is on reach. I repeat, the Covenant is on reach.
Troopers, let's move, 6. We gotta find the source of that distress call.
No disrespect, but don't we have more important things to do than round up strays?
We don't leave people behind. You see those troopers? Let me know.
Noble leader, I'm seeing possible friendly forces under attack south of your position. Over.
We're under attack. I repeat, Mayday, Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. We are under attack by the Covenant. I got wounded. Cannot hold this position.
We need to find those troopers now. Noble 3,
We've located the trooper squad. Request immediate evac. My coordinates.
Acknowledge copy, Commander. Recall in Falcon Charlie 3. Hold that evac position.
Incoming! In place!
Hold your position.
Noble leader, be advised. I have visual on inbound Covenant dropships.
evac transport, keep your distance. E6, hold position. Clear an LZ.
Spartans.
Corporal Travis, sir. 3 Charlie. It's the Covenant.
We know, Corporal. Let's get you out of here.
Be advised, we got hostile dropship inbound.
How is he? He's not even throwing it. He's like freaking phantom throwing it. I'm shooting him while he's throwing it. He's still 6 feet.
Solid copy, Commander. Recalling Falcon Charlie 2. Hold that evac Noble leader, be advised. I have visual on inbound Covenant dropships.
Evac transport, keep your distance. 6, hold position. Clear an LZ.
Spartans. Corporal Travis, sir. 3 Charlie. It's the Covenant.
We know, Corporal. Let's get you out of here.
Be advised, we got hostile dropship inbound.
Sound off. Transport. LZ is clear. Move in for evac.
Affirmative. Transport inbound.
Let's get rolling.
That's a real live Spartan.
Noble 2, sit rep.
We're at the relay outpost. Door's locked. Mechanism's been flash fused.
Can you beat it?
I'll dial up my torch, cut the way through. Gonna take some time.
Okay. We're en route to your location.
Outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, breaks open. Grenade! we doing, Cat?
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Colonel. I've cut about halfway from the door.
Contact!
Hold them off so Cat can hack control. Incoming! Enemy transport inbound. Payback time. Move it! Nicely done. Everybody inside. Go, go, go. Check the sightlines.
If you need me to move, just ask.
Can't believe they covered a dude's face just because there was blood.
Can't see a thing. Noble 6, turn on your night vision.
Control room. Go easy. Number 6, search that body.
Where's the rest of your unit?
We got split. I don't think they... It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surgeon.
I hate how they changed it.
Plasma damage.
Found something.
I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
I got a live one over here.
Come on. Out you come.
Menjaninen! Nie! Hadun bek!
It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you.
Yori nie!
George.
I got her. Keep still, and I'll release you.
Itvanak.
What's the status? Over!
We've been engaged! Bad guy coming out!
That Tango group has permission to pursue.
Negative 4, stay on the entrance. 2, handle her. 5 and 6, clear the hole.
Target's inside. Going home. There's more. Flush them out. I've got you covered.
Get clear! Area secure, sir.
Pinpoint shot in the fucking head.
Cat needs you to reset a junction. Do it and get back here.
How long?
Question of my life. If the question is, when will the station be back online? 2 weeks, earliest. This is plasma damage. All major uplink components are fried.
2 minutes is too long.
Which is why I'm splicing into the main overland bundle to get you a direct line to Colonel Holland. You're in my light, Commander.
Find out what she knows.
What's your name? Do you live around here? Arnevim George.
Shada.
Shada. C'est Potrozonev. Your accent sounds familiar. Shapron?
Tangari.
Friend of yours?
Father.
Sha'ain along. I'm sorry.
Why would you be?
Big man forgets what he is sometimes.
She just lost her father. She needs a full psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
Lock it down, both of you. Get her on her feet. The body stays here.
Thank you, sir.
Signa. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. You wouldn't want to ground this place.
Barely getting you. What's your situation? Over?
Colonel, this is Noble 1. There are no rebels. The Covenant are on Reach. Acknowledge?
Come again, Noble 1. Did you say Covenant?
Affirmative. It's the winter contingency.
May God help us all.
Advised Kilo 3-3 and Kilo 3-4, your current LZ is too hot. Roger that. Dot, stand by to receive and respond.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates received. Initiate immediate course correction. The Office of Naval Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege from a Corvette-class Covenant vessel. Due to the sensitive nature of this facility, use of orbital rounds has been, for the moment, prohibited. Regrettably, my efforts to obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful. However, current defensive forces are insufficient. ONI has requested Team Noble's direct intervention to help secure Sword Base.
All right, people. We're stuck with that ship for the time being. Let's focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George, Emil, you're next. Get prepped.
Let's move, Lieutenant.
Cat 6, push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're dealing with.
Roger that. Bring your strike team.
I'm in place.
Spartans, hostiles north.
Let's knock some heads, Lieutenant.
Hope you're doing better than us, Spartan. Yeah, you look like a frontline kind of soldier. This is the place to be! Hands on their position! He's in cover. That's it, coming in fast!
Repositioning.
We've got enemy contact, Spartans.
Hey!
Area clear!
Noble 2 to sword control. Courtyard is clear. Over.
Head for the main gate to the east. I'll brief you as you go.
Sword control, I see a target locator. Any artillery support in the area?
Limited, but we'll prioritize whatever you need, ma'am.
This mean I gotta take point?
Echo 5-7, headed back to base. But we've got enemy tangles on our 6. How copy?
We got incoming!
Acknowledge. Take a gun. Out. Shot.
Breaking inbound with transport 6.
We're clear.
All yours, Lieutenant. This thing's got my name all over it. Ooh, cushy.
Just keep me steady, I'll take care of the rest.
The old Farragut station has its own comms array. That should bring us back online with command. Airview Base has an anti-air battery that will help clear the skies.
AA gun is to the west, comms array is to the east. Let's roll. Hope that comms array has a working generator.
Let's
search the area for a generator system.
Let's do it. Need some cover fire.
Okay, generator is up and running. Find that comms array. Should be up high.
Air and inbound. Fine. I've not started anything. Comms array up and running.
More where that came from. Maneuver us in position.
Cover fire. Skills, man. You got skills. Cover fire.
Now let's head for Airview Base and get that AA gun online.
Spartans, this is Sword Control. Thought you could use some mobile firepower.
Always. Take that hog, Six.
In the jump seat.
Turrets is go.
In you go.
Now let's head for Airview Base and get that AA gun online.
Spartans, this is Sword Control. Thought you could use some mobile firepower.
Always. Take that hog, Six.
did that happen? That never happened. That nigga Hannes.
Spartan team, what's the ETA on that AA gun?
On our way now. Let's roll, 6. Picking up a power source. We're close to the AA gun. That's the gun over there. Should be a reset control somewhere to get it online. Picking up a power source. We're close to the AA gun. That's the gun over there. Should be a reset control somewhere to get it online. I don't plan on making it quick or painless. That's fine. Right behind you, Sam. Hold on, baby, hold on!
Telemetry received on standby.
That's Unit 6. AA gun is online. Line them up.
Hostiles down. Enemy neutralized.
Noble Strike, this is Noble Leader. Get back to Sword Base ASAP.
On our way, Commander. 6, let's go.
Good work, Spartans. Return to Sword Base. The rest of your team is inbound, imminent.
By all means. Hell yeah.
Noble, be advised. Covenant Corvette moving into position. Cat, 6. Get here quick. We'll meet you inside.
Tower atrium. Cat, where are you?
Opening the gates now.
Right on target. Ow! I'm being engaged! Covering fire! Got Hunter! Looks like trouble! Excellent work!
We have to go to the security office.
Don't worry about me, Sparky. I'll keep you covered.
Around, not through. I'm with you, Six. What do you need?
Corvette's hitting this base hard.
Where's our orbital support? Got to be 4 platforms that could take it out with a single Mac round.
Welcome to the Office of Naval Intelligence. An OE representative will be with you shortly.
I doubt that very much.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Shot! What?
Over here.
6, head upstairs and assist Emil. George, make sure he gets there.
Depend on it.
Area clear.
Let's take the fight to them.
That is safe for the sun. This one's mine.
Move in!
Awaiting orders, Spartan. I'm with you, Lieutenant.
I'm in.
Corvette's gonna rip this base apart. What's the situation, Noble?
Can't do this on my own. Need another Spartan up here.
6, get to the top floor and assist Emil.
They're right on top of us! What?
I'm gonna end you!
Commander, this base won't survive another salvo from that Corvette. Kill those Banshees.
Upstairs, Lieutenant. We need those long swords in the air.
Commander, this base won't survive another salvo from that Corvette. Kill those Banshees.
Upstairs, Lieutenant. We need those long swords in the air.
Commander, this base won't survive another salvo from that Corvette. Kill those Banshees.
Upstairs, Lieutenant. We need those long swords in the air.
standing by to take the shot.
Beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
5, 6, get down to the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat? Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
I requested your assistance, Commander, and do not need a report on events that occur on my own doorstep. What I do require is a detailed account of your previous engagement. George, it's been too long.
Mom,
What have you done with my armor?
just some additions I've made.
Indeed. Visegrad Relay. Its data center was home to one of my xenoarchaeologists, Professor Laszlo Sorvad. Perhaps you could shed some light on his death.
If he was a civilian male in his mid-60s, he died with a Covenant energy sword through his abdomen.
Elites, then?
They engaged us as well. It was just after we found your scientist's daughter, Mom. She was hiding in the...
Irrelevant. The elites. Tell me more about them.
3, Zealot class. One got by us. The leader, from the looks of him.
Zealots. You're certain?
Their armor configuration matched.
Shield strength 2.
I gave the order not to pursue. Our primary objective was to get the station's relay back online.
Your primary objective? Commander, are you a puppet or a Spartan?
Ma'am?
There are those at ONI, myself included, who believe the Covenant dispatch elite advance teams to hunt down artifacts of value to their religion. Survivor accounts suggests such teams are small, nimble, and almost always Zealot class. No doubt they came to the station for the abundance of ONI excavation data stored there. And you let them get away.
Data retrieval was not a command directive. Even had we known, we had other more urgent matters to attend to.
Like warning the planet.
Professor Sorvad's final entry in his field notes made reference to a latchkey discovery. Latchkey. Not a word he would use lightly. So let's hope that the data module your Lieutenant Commander stole contains it.
Cat?
Before you ask, I was alerted the moment you attempted to access its contents, as I am with any unauthorized tap. That data is classified Tier 1. I could send you to the brig for interfering with my work.
Maybe you'd like to join her.
I'm sorry?
We're currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just making a reading suggestion, ma'am. Let's move, noble team.
Mom?
That will be all, George.
Alright, it's the perfect time to stop after this intro.
Recon Team Bravo reporting in. 3 and 6 in position. It's starting to get crowded up here, Cat.
Then we're closing in. Report to any Covenant structures or devices. Direct action may be necessary.
Copy that. When Cat runs an op, direct action is always necessary. Here, you may need these.
High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards. And they ain't cheap. I'll be in touch.
Recon Bravo. The sector ahead is dark to electronic surveillance.
Alright, we got what we need to get done. We'll start this either later on
Command wants to know
tonight,
they're hiding.
or we'll start it fresh in the morning. Good, I just wanted to get it started, so we good. Alright, we finally started the Halo saga. Finally, thank God. Is Ak on? Oh, he is on.
You know,
alright, perfect timing. So we'll watch some Ak, see where we go from there. And, yeah, it's going to be a long night for us. Finally got that started, bro.
Rule on the note stuff, but we're gonna let you out on the 50 million you proposed. So we're gonna see, right?
Oh, he's getting out? 50 million? Jesus.
And apparently, again, nothing against you because I do like interviewing. So he got out on 10 million in bail. Fourth Amendment, right? Sorry. So y'all can't use that, and I'm gonna make a schedule on how I'm gonna make that ruling, and that might come in more arguments, might come in another hearing, but I'll give you the schedule on that. But it's probably gonna take months, right? So that's a big win for Diddy. Now, do I think he's getting out Friday? The judge kind of seemed like they're leaning his way a bit. The judge brought up himself, yo. The Abercrombie and Fitch CEO got out on 10 million bail, right? Jeffries, Abercrombie, 10 million. Look, so he got out on 10 million in bail. Yeah, he was released on $10 million in bail, right? And shit. Ooh, what the fuck? Let me watch this then. Hold on a second. What the hell is this? Sorry, let me just let this play. And then I'll play it. Hold on, give me 1 second. This is just... I took my ad blockers off and shit. Because these things were just fucking hating. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, I didn't mean to click on it. Okay, so look. How many men over 50 stay in the game? What the fuck?
It's the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jeffries, appearing in federal court in West Palm
Yeah, he got free. That nigga free as a bird.
Beach. He is one of 3 men at the center of an FBI.
Let me Google these guys. Mike Jeffries. You always got to search up them politics, man. I'm telling you. You got to search up them with the president. Biden. You got to see if they got any type of allegiance to either side. Trump. Because trust me, they're definitely going to lean on all that type of shit to try to get out of this shit. Anyway.
Investigation accused of running a prostitution and international sex trafficking operation.
The defendants allegedly preyed on the hopes and dreams of their victims by exploiting, abusing, and silencing them to fulfill their own desires with insidious secret intentions.
Good evening. I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Investigative reporter Terry Parker was in court for today's hearing and has been digging through that indictment. She learned prosecutors believe these crimes were going on in New York.
All right. Anyways. Okay. So this dude got $10 million bail. If you ask me, big W for Diddy. I think Diddy has gotten the judge to look at the prosecutor with a side eye to say, are y'all taking advantage of this guy? And maybe I should let him out on bail, because if, this was a really strategic way that his lawyers argued it, because this bail hearing on Friday, you know what they're going to say? Yo, judge, you already see what type of time they're on. They're trying to keep my client locked up, rated cell, find more shit. They're trying to build a case, and the only case they got is trying to raid his cell. That's not fair, So again, if the judge is kind of feeling like maybe. Now, granted, I do think Mark still has to fully jump over the hurdle. He's gonna have to do it in court Friday. You have to convince the judge that Diddy will not be contacting witnesses, will not be using intermediaries to harass people, will not be trying to pay people off. And I think that's going to be tough. But I didn't stream last night. I had an interviewee flake on me. And then I had a full day of content, but I still was going to come home and stream. But I did 4.5 hours of Vlad. Then I was going to do an interview with this one artist, except he told me he was getting his hair done. And I was like, okay. So I waited another hour. And then they give me another time and gave me another time. And then I was just like, yo, respectfully, like, this interview is doing a lot more for you than it is for me. Again, nothing against you, because I do like interviewing artists, but let's do it another time. And then I came home, and by the time I came home, I think I was just kind of exhausted. So I didn't stream. It was late. So that's why yesterday didn't happen. But I'm here back today. Okay? So when you see Vlad gonna have about 85 parts, because we talked for 4.5 hours. You know when you talk a lot, apparently the guy who records Vlad interview, the normal dude was like, oh my God, Ak is here. Let me go sit in the other room and let the substitute guy do this recording, because Ak and Vlad go on for hours. And we did go on for hours. We went on for 4 hours. Okay. All right, people, we are here, and a couple updates that happened. I was going to get on stream earlier today, but I kind of figured that there wasn't going to be anything explosive that kind of happened. But a lot of stuff happened in the Diddy case. A lot of things happened in the Diddy case. The Diddy case is heating up. And I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I've been very critical of the Diddy's lawyer, I might have to give him a little bit of credit today. He's kind of earning his keep. And I don't know if he's going to put on a Brian Steele 81-like performance. But today, I thought it was a really good showing by Diddy's lawyer. And I'm preliminarily saying it. I don't think, of course, the feds are ever going to go out as sad as the Fulton County prosecutors who tried to lock up Jeffrey. But today wasn't the best look for the feds. And maybe this is a preview for more to come. Maybe this could be a flat-out schooling where the feds are constantly showing that, hey, maybe they jumped the gun to indict Diddy based on public outcry and also civil suits, but maybe all their T's wasn't dotted and crossed, okay? The T's and I's, right? I's and T's, whatever. Anyway, we will get into that nitty-gritty soon, and we're probably going to start off with that. Young boy officially got sentenced, so we'll kind of show you what's happening there. But he was officially in court, and the judge basically adopted what the prosecutor recommended, which is the exact same sentence we talked about before. We'll get to that. Some other stuff in the Diddy atmosphere, we'll get to that as well. What else is going on? There's a few other stuff happening. We're going to get to everything. So if there's a topic that I haven't covered or you've wanted me to cover, please do send in a donation to get my attention or spam it in the chat, whatever you can. If you're a member on YouTube, I think YouTube chat is set up where the members, their chats get prioritized, so I'll be able to see you there. Or if you're a sub on Twitch, I'll be able to see you there too. Okay, welcome to my people on Rumble, Twitch, Meta, and of course, the two YouTube channels, which are King Academics and the Academy HQ. All right, so let me give you kind of like a really quick overview, and I'm gonna try to break this down. Me being academics, not only do I try to give the overview, like too long to read version, but I also try to get into the weeds to kind of really understand some of these things. So I am going to give you an overall outlook on what's happening with the Diddy case in case you really don't give a fuck that much, but you just want to hear it in 3-4 minutes. I'll give you that, then I will get into it. First and foremost, okay, let's just kind of get into it, right? All right. First of all, today was a very important win in court for Diddy. And let me explain to you what's happening, right? Remember I told you Diddy's going for his 4th or 5th bail hearing, depending what you want to call the 4th or 5th. Now, he's appealing a bail hearing in front of, I believe, the 2nd or the 3rd Circuit Court of Appeals. That's going to take a while. The timing on some of these things could be a couple months, and it's not a, you know, at times they'll pause a case to wait for they'll pause a case to wait for the appeal court to rule, but for bail, the case could keep going on. So he has one bail hearing, or it's going to be decided by the 3 appellate, the way it works in appellate court, and I feel like I'm getting into the weeds again. I like to give just simple shit first. 3 judges are going to give an opinion on it, and at that point, they'll say, we agree with the lower courts that you should not be granted bail, or no, we actually don't see reason why you shouldn't be granted bail based on these criteria that both parties are arguing for and against. Okay, so that's constantly being waiting for, right? So that could happen in a month, could happen in 2 days, could happen in 2 months, right? However, the way how bail works in most of these situations, Diddy could file as much bail hearings, or he could go for bail applications as much as he wants, as long as he's coming with some new information. So what they did was they revised the package. They said, yo, he's down to move to New York. He won't talk to no women. You'll test him every moment of the day. They were saying all type of stuff because they want to get him out, right? They don't want Diddy, who's a billionaire, to be locked in MDC Brooklyn. Now, we've heard about his conditions in MDC Brooklyn, right? Homeboy's running the jail, man. Okay, yo, you know what I mean? Yo, he's passing out commissary like Scooby snacks up in there. Scooby snacks for you. You got niggas scrappling, and you know they're scrabbling and scraping. What did he say? He said they're scrabbling and scraping to make his bed. Yes, Diddy is a big fish in jail. He's running the jail. You know what I mean? I could imagine when Diddy come on the range, he's just, yo, phone time, nigga. Like, yo, he's taking over niggas' phone time. Diddy's the boss in there, okay? Nobody's touching him. Everybody wants to talk to him. And, of course, he's using his money as some lubricant to make these situations happen, which, why make $1 billion if you can't pay a couple niggas off, right? So that's kind of his jail situation, but they don't want him in jail. Like, which billionaire wants to be in jail when he owns a $50 million crib? So he's still trying to get out in his latest bail hearing or bail application. He said, yo, we'll do whatever. And, you know, the new information that made them file this new bail hearing is saying, we finally got the first submission from the prosecution for discovery, and the discovery is weak as fuck. This case is weak. By the way, I do want, because you always have like these weirdos on Twitter that kind of, they'll clip me, and then if something I say in the
look what I got. I found the soy sauce, the onion powder, and the garlic powder. We're gonna make our own ramen noodle sauce.
Moment ends up being wrong. They're like, look, he was wrong. Keep in mind, I do think a supersede indictment is coming, and Diddy will be in very hot water with multiple victims and a lot more allegations. Because think about all the civil suits. However, the current criminal federal indictment is very thin. It really is only Cassie. And allegedly, according to what Diddy's lawyers are saying, they mentioned victim 2, but they ain't talked to victim 2. Okay? They mentioned witness 1, which seemingly could be the bodyguard, Roger Bond. Witness 2, which is seemingly Kalina Harper, who already made a statement on the record for Diddy, which they're now trying to prove that Diddy, and this is going to, remember this part because it's going to explain a lot of what we're going to get into. Essentially, one of the witnesses they wanted to lean on already put out a statement back in Diddy. So that makes the government case look weak. Well, why is your witness back in Diddy? Now, we all know how this goes. Like, let me just be very clear. We're going to be real simple with few things up front. And I remember Vlad yesterday asked me. He says, "Act, how do you think Dirk could beat this case?" Let me tell you this. Only for me right now, the only way that I see Dirk beating the case, which I don't think it will happen like this. Number one, you got to have the witnesses or the snitches. They got to start doing the YSL Woody. Plain dumb. But the feds don't work like the state. They'll never give out a deal if you're going to go up there. You only get the deal after you do the job. In state, you could argue immunity. Or at least Fulton County. They were stupid. They got immunity before they got up there. So it's like, if you're going to pay me before I do the job, nigga already got paid, right? But in the feds, that's not how it works. Because they have something called mandatory they have mandatory terms that the judge has to respect. The judge can't, it's not like the judge would be like, hey, how much I want to give this guy. There's a mandatory minimum. And if the mandatory minimum for that charge that they get found guilty on or they plead guilty to, if it's 20 years, the judge cannot go below 20 years. Don't matter if the judge like you. Don't matter if the judge is fucking you. Don't matter, right? The only way, and actually there's another way, but still, the 99% of the only other way is you have to have what's called a 5K1 letter. That's the snitch letter, okay? Queen for a day. That means you cooperated, right? So anyway, in the Dirk case, to make this very simple, right? And I know you guys will follow me. You guys are real smart. In the Dirk case, the way that that Dirk is gonna beat that case, the easy way, right? Them witnesses, they gotta come up missing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, the government knows this. That's why you can't find none of them. That's why they won't name none of them. They're not gonna be like, yo, this is why I like even people saying Brick Baby's co-conspirator 4. By the way, I've confirmed he's not. They would not have him doing a bunch of podcasts, knowing that if he really was, which by the way, I think he's putting his own self in danger. Because if I'm Dirk, I'm telling the guys, go kill these niggas. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not encouraging no violence, but I'm telling you unless they have wiretaps, which I know people are claiming there's wiretaps, there's no actual proof of wiretaps. They claim they've seen text messages, but all that could be pulled from, they could get call data from your phone company, and when they seize your phone, they could look through it. You get what I'm saying? But nothing says there's a voice recording of Dirk saying, go kill that nigga. So what are they going to rely on? Testimony from the people involved. Snitches. That all are going to, like, co-conspirator 1, 2, well, 1 is Dirk. Co-conspirator 2, 3, 4, and 5, who they probably all have collared already. None of them are probably free, and that's the thing, right? The feds move right. Like, when it came to the state, and I'm comparing it to the YSL trial,
and I don't want to say the feds move right, because they be wasting people's time, too. Look at what they did with Trump. So, they waste people's time. But, yeah, they are good at what they do. They don't usually bring up cases until they have you already. They got you. There's nowhere, they usually wait until everything is done before they even come arrest you. So, that is true.
Half of them niggas was free that they were hoping to testify in their behalf. No, the feds are going to lock everybody up in snitch jail. Hey, you're going to cooperate for us. You can't talk to nobody. They're not going to be embarrassed. Nobody's going to switch up for smirk. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen like that. Not in the feds. But, to be honest, if realistically, smirk really only beats that case, them witnesses got to stop witnessing shit. Okay? The feds ain't going to let them get close to the witnesses. So we're going to see how it turns out. But who knows? The feds might even have more shit, and who knows? Maybe Dirk could help. Maybe he could explain stuff. And I do think his whole angle is going to be, yo, niggas is hating. Yo, all these guys are career criminals. Anybody who's snitching, obviously. They're career criminals. They got caught up. They're facing significant time. And now, they got promised.
I'm trying to tell you, man, the feds, I've been told y'all, the system is not a foolproof system. Because the witnesses are felons who are going to do whatever it takes to get out of prison. It doesn't. Of course they're going to tell you it was someone else. Nigga, they're facing life. So, to me, there's biasness. But, if what they saying can be corroborated with actual evidence, you're fucked.
By the feds, and now they're turning against me. That's what it's probably going to be. Who knows if a jury will buy that. Anyway, let's get to the Diddy case, right? So the Diddy case is pretty much gonna come down to this. Yo, the way Diddy beats it. So I told you how Dirk beats it. Them witnesses got to stop witnessing shit. How does Diddy beat his shit? Well, first of all, a lot of the people who are witnesses and non-indicted people have to come out and say, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was around. Diddy treat these people really well. Yeah, might have been abusive. Yeah, he might have slapped this bitch one time. But she slapped the fuck out of him too. I seen her throw her drink in his face. I seen him spit at her. But detail something that's not sex trafficking, toxic relationships, or even abusive relationships, not sex trafficking. Now, what about the victims? Cassie clearly is going to be the star witness. The Cassie defense, we already know what it is. The Cassie defense is going to be, yo, this chick cheated on me with the trainer that I got for her. I paid all her bills. She was on a goddamn allowance every week, $30,000. When she left her cash cow, she had no more music career. She had no more money coming in for free. She went with this guy who probably could dick her down good, or probably didn't like doing freak offs. And we're gonna say for Diddy's defense, he's gonna say freak offs are just orgies. Orgies are perfectly legal if everybody's consented, right? Hey, this chick got broke. She asked us for $30 million, or she's writing a book. We said, fuck no, we ain't giving you no $30 million for no book. She says, I bet I'm gonna sue you. That lawsuit turned into public outrage. This and third, the feds jumped on it afterwards. They were overzealous. They got trumped up by the public narrative and everybody going against Diddy. Everybody else who came out as that they're suing, including the 20-something other lawsuits, they're only suing because I'm rich. I'm a billionaire, bitch. You know what I mean? You got to hit them with the, I'm rich, bitch. Like, yeah, that's why they're suing me. Everybody's financially motivated. Think about, and I'm pretty sure this is exactly how it's going to go. He's going to say, yo, look at me and these people's relationship. While if I was sex trafficking them, when they were when they could receive financial compensation from me, right? Because supposedly you were like forcing them. When I was helping them out financially, no complaints. I cut them off. Now they're mad. So that's gonna be Diddy's angle. We're gonna see if it works. Right? Obviously, there's a superseding indictment coming, as I said, and things probably going to get a little bit more sticky for Diddy soon. However, currently, we don't have to worry about a superseding indictment until we see it. Right now, and by the way, it's almost guaranteed it's going to be a superseding indictment. Right now, he's charged or he's indicted with racketeering. We never see a racketeer. The point of a racketeering charge is to charge an organization of criminals operating under a criminal construct to further that organization or gang, right? One person is not a group, right? You know, exactly. So we do expect to see that. Anyway, for them to try to get him out of jail now, you don't want to keep the billionaire in jail. By the way, a couple of things you're going to see come up a couple times. So I know I'm speeding through a couple things, but I want to get to new stuff, but I want to get you up to speed. Remember them dudes that got indicted? Like the guys from Abercrombie and Fitch. Them dudes were having freak offs too. They were just trying to fuck the male models, the little young dudes. You know what I mean? Yo, come shirtless and model her briefs, and then they try to fuck them in the ass. You know what I mean? So they got indicted too for sex trafficking. Except one of them got I think one of the former CEO got a $10 million bond. Diddy's lawyers now looking like we offered a $50 million. Well, why y'all let the white man out on 10 when I offered 50? Now, that's going to be a point of contention, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But that shows that even when you're charged with some of these things, there's a possibility you could get out, which the government has been using a lot in their, motions against Diddy to say this crime is so heinous that, usually when it comes to bond, the heinous aspect of the crime could actually prevent you from getting bond. It's just too heinous. It's just like, you got to keep this person locked up. Y'all, this nigga got to say, this white boy who's fucking the males at Abercrombie and Fitch, he's got bail. Why I ain't getting bail, right? So that's kind of part of it. But now let's get into this new stuff. So Diddy again is filing this bail application. Remember, the bail application is renewed. I know I'm going back again, but I just want to make sure you guys get it. Because they got discovery. And discovery for this case, again, we know a supersede's coming, but we don't see it yet. Only lists Cassie as the victim. Well, they don't name her, but victim one. Kalina already put out a statement for Diddy. Victim 1 allegedly was getting paid by Diddy up until, not Victim 1, Witness 1, which we think may have been the bodyguard. The last payment from Diddy was September 2024. Victim 2, which, you know, with R. Kelly, there were several victims. It was up to like almost like 7, 8, or maybe 10. You know, like they just had a bunch of chicks. This girl, this girl, this girl, this girl, this girl, this girl. With Diddy right now, they only got one victim. The feds, in their discovery, you know, if they didn't turn this over, it would be called Brady evidence, which means they're withholding stuff that could be exculpatory, which could prove his innocent. It shows that they were looking at somebody else to be victim 2. But victim 2 is not mentioned at all in the indictment. Victim 2 is someone that might be involved in the superseding indictment, and their current investigation or current interviews or current whatever with the victim 2 show they ain't even talked to the chick yet. That's according to what Diddy's lawyer said they seen in the discovery. So they're saying, you're telling me that it's only Cassie? Let my nigga out of jail, right? And also one of the witnesses recanting. The other person was probably a bodyguard who's, come on, let this guy out of jail. So that's why there's this new bail hearing. So the prosecution or the, you know, AUSA came back with the main reason we don't want Diddy out of jail is that he's using his money to fuck up the case. He's paying people off. He's trying to coerce witnesses. He's trying to mess up the integrity of this entire situation. Okay, what's the first thing they did? And I'm not going to bring up the paperwork again because we went over it last stream. They said, yo, Diddy is running the jail. He's making calls on other people's PAC numbers to kind of instruct people to go hit up this person, hit up that person. He's trying to pay people off type of shit, right? Oh, okay, he's using other inmates to whatever. He's having his family do birthday wishes around him on his page, take over his page to try to taint the jury pool. So that's what they're going with, right? Cool. Now, the judge was going to rule on that, right? The judge was going to rule on that. I believe it was supposed to be, was it yesterday? I think it was supposed to be yesterday. No, the government's submission was due yesterday. The judge wasn't supposed to rule yesterday. Anyway, so we got both sides. Diddy is saying new discovery says this case is weak as fuck. The government's saying, we're still investigating, and Diddy's over here fucking up the case. He's using his money like a motherfucker. He's running the jail. He's paying people off. Shit's crazy. But here's what happened, chat. The government files another piece of document to say, oh, and judge, one more thing. The judge says, well, the judge didn't say that. They're just filing it at this point. Okay, what else? They said, we raided Diddy's cell, and we found a fucking notebook. And the notebook that we found, Diddy got all type of shit scribbled in there. All that scrabble, like he got bad shit scribbled in there. And it appears, after we looked at it, it's like almost notes to, yo, pay somebody off for me. Oh, this person been paid. This is whatever. And they're saying, that's more evidence that he's fucking with the case using his money. Now, this is where we get to today. Because the response filing, right, from Diddy's lawyers were, whoa, y'all raided his cell. Hold on now. What y'all, it's not like y'all found a cell phone in the cell and he's texting people or he's texting these people directly. Y'all found a notebook, which is a legal notebook, which is his notebook that he's taking notes on his own case and that he's using to jot stuff down to communicate with his lawyer. When, you know, oh, I got to bring this up and ask my lawyer about this. So when y'all actually searched his cell and took the book and read through the book, you actually broke his Fourth Amendment. Fourth Amendment, if you guys don't know, a Fourth Amendment of the Constitution is it bars illegal searches and seizures without a warrant that is based on probable cause, which means, you know, you have a reasonable expectation of privacy towards many things, whether it's, you know, things in your house, whether it's, you know, things in your phone, right? And someone, a cop or a DA can't just say, yo, give me your phone and open it up. You'd be like, no, you have a warrant, right? It's the reason why cops just don't kick your door down without a warrant. So this still applies to Diddy even though he's in jail. Whoa, how'd y'all just run up in there and just grab his shit? Now, what happened is that you're having a goddamn prosecutor say, oh, wait, well, I know the warrant thing, but really, he's under the custody of the Bureau of Prisons, BOP, and we do frequent searches of inmates' cell, like their prison cell, to make sure they don't have contraband or other things. So Diddy's lawyer clapped back and said, okay, we get that search, but what part of that got y'all reading the notes? The Bureau of Prisons does that. Why the hell did the Bureau of Prisons submit the shit they found to y'all to add to y'all case? If y'all found contraband, that should be another charge. But y'all didn't charge me with that. So it appears that y'all are still investigating me and y'all breaking my rights to investigate me more. Then another plot twist happens. This is crazy. One of the people who were involved in the search is somebody who's also investigating Diddy. It's like one of the cops who is investigating Diddy. So basically, it's like, this is almost, I know this is going to sound weird, but Diddy's lawyer has framed this in front of a judge to say, this is the equivalent of the cops kicking down your door without a warrant, finding a gun. It don't matter if that gun was used to kill somebody or not. They had no reason to kick your door down in the first place without a warrant. That's what pretty much in a nutshell happened today. We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through a bunch of paperwork, and then we're gonna get through to some of the transcript. But I just want to give you an overall. Somebody said Ike, you're wrong. I'm wrong about what? What am I wrong about? To recap. Well, I'll get to it. I don't want to just respond to one person. Somebody said you don't need a warrant to search a cell. Okay, I'm using that as a tantamount. Hold on. I'm using that as tantamount to that. Here's the thing. They're searching. You're right. You don't need a warrant to search a cell.
But to read
what
your
you
shit.
find in a cell is not automatically admissible in your trial. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. The reason to search cells and inmates give up their right is for contraband, not for investigation purposes into the actual case. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't just search their cell for evidence for your case of why you have them locked up. You're searching for contraband. That's a completely different thing. Do they have a phone? Does he have a boiled egg ready to put up his asshole or some shit? Okay, fine. Does he have a shank? But you can't be like, oh man, well, we already have him locked up. Let's see if we could go just search his cell and find anything to help make our case. That would be asinine, crazy. Okay? Now, there's one thing even further. Somebody say you're wrong. I'm not wrong with that. You're not hearing what I'm saying. And this is a problem with some of y'all like jumping the gun. The Bureau of Prisons isn't the DA office.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna be back. I'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes. 10 minutes. 10-minute break.
Okay? Now, the Bureau of Prisons search of his cell, which, again, you're right, doesn't need a warrant, isn't to be in lieu with the U.S. Attorney's office, especially when the search is either conducted or overseen by someone from the U.S. Attorney's office. If there's no judge oversight, it kind of taints the process. And by the way, for the people who think I'm wrong, the headline says I'm right. The judge ordered them. I guess I'm spoiling the whole topic. The judge ordered the prosecutor to destroy it. And also, here's the thing too, which we'll get to as well. Diddy's lawyers did a good job not only of saying his Fourth Amendment right was violated, but they doubly claimed that the notes or the notebook was actually attorney-client privilege because that's how he communicates with his lawyer. And the prosecutor's reading something that was attorney-client privilege, right? Or even having it fucks up the case. And it appears that the government actually, it feels like the judge kind of agrees with it. We're going to read all the transcripts, but let me just say that for now. Okay. All right. Okay. So, we're not going to start there. I do have, let me just make sure I have it right here. So, I do have it here. What is this? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to read is something that's important. I guess important. Okay. So, this is a quick one. Apparently Diddy was being brought into court shackled, so he was like, cuffs on his hands and foot, or probably wrapped around his sternum, and his hands and feet are shackled. And the lawyer for him, Mark Agnafilio, basically said, we're requesting that he doesn't get brought into court with shackles. We want him to be unshackled prior to him coming in court. This was the letter. By the way, all this is going to be on the academy.blog. Okay. We write on behalf of our client, Mr. Sean Combs, to respectfully request the court to direct the United States Marshal Service to unshackle Diddy prior to bringing him into the courtroom for tomorrow's hearing and for all future court appearances during the conference held on October 10th. Mr. Combs appeared in leg shackles throughout the entire proceeding without any justification. This was noticed by the press and the public. It is beyond dispute that a defendant may not be tried in shackles unless the trial judge finds on the record that it's necessary to use such restraint as a last resort to satisfy a compelling interest of such as preserving the safety of persons in the courtroom. Okay? It says, so essentially they're saying, in addition to concern, the shackles will prejudice the jury, the Supreme Court has blah, blah, blah. Obviously, there isn't a jury right now, but they're making a thing to say, hey, listen, there's no reason to shackle Diddy during these court proceedings. And because of such shackling prejudice, the potential jury pool undermines the presumption of his innocence, interferes with his ability to communicate with counsel, and offends the dignity and decorum of the proceedings. We respectfully request the court direct the U.S. Marshal Services to remove his shackles before bringing him to the courtroom. The judge actually agreed with that. The judge signed off on it right here. So he says so ordered. So he granted it. So Diddy showed up today, no shackles. Okay, cool. Now, let me see. Is it this or is it this? Okay. So, this is the next filing. The next filing is this. It says, listen, we're writing in advance of today's hearing, and we're responding to the government's letter on November 18th. Now, remember that letter in November 18th, remember they said they found stuff in the cell, December 3rd. There was a bunch of stuff that was redacted, so we didn't know what it was, but apparently there was a notebook found. And in the notebook, he seemingly mentioned something that the government was taking as, we paid this person off, right? So we're having Diddy's lawyer respond to it. So the government letter reinforces the fact that the government has committed an egregious, willful, and harmful breach of attorney-client privilege and has become privy to defendants and defense counsel's trial strategies, including areas of expert testimony, witness strategy, and also confidential matters. Okay, this would be considered egregious. If, let's consider this combat. If I know the strategy of how you're going to come at me, I know how to kind of beat you, or I know how to prepare to beat you. So this is a big deal if you look at it in that sense. So, let's keep reading. It says the defense counsel has been, so Diddy's lawyer has been provided with 19 pages of material seized from Diddy's locker at MDC. According to the government, these 19 pages were given to and are in the possession of the trial team, which has already started using these privileged material to his advantage. So they're saying that, the prosecutors that are going to try to put Diddy in jail for life already is looking at his notebook. It's like, yo, anybody ever cheated? Anybody ever cheated in school? Anybody ever cheated in school? Like, and I'm talking about cheating. Like I used to know some niggas, they would get the final somehow they would get the final exam. They would have the shit before class, like before the test, before the final exam. That's kind of exactly what they're trying to say. Yo, what the fuck? How we finna go have a fair test? They already got the test before the exam. Anyway, it says based on the materials provided as Exhibit A, which by the way, Exhibit A was redacted. It appears that the government investigator 1, took photographs of several different items. These include intact pages of 2 different legal pads, pages of an address book, and a ripped out fold-over page of a 3rd legal pad, a ripped out page of another legal pad, and a ripped out page of yet a different legal pad, as will be described below. For the first page, there's, okay, I don't want to keep reading, this is boring. All right, okay. So, this is the argument about the stuff that was seized from Diddy. They're saying the notes are privileged, okay? And by the way, it says, it appears that these clear written statements of the defendant were not provided to the defense as part of the discovery or Brady obligations if it were not for the fact that the government used portions of these privileged materials in an effort to hold him in jail. We would still never known about them. So when was the raid? We got to figure out when the raid was. Okay, we're gonna find out later. So essentially, they bring up, and we keep hearing this, and we're not talking about Tom Brady. When we hear Brady in court, and I feel like I'm getting y'all up to, like, y'all gonna be legal scholars still. When we hear Brady in court, it's like, imagine if police said you killed your neighbor, right? And then they lock you up for killing your neighbor, right? And then they find a videotape of the other neighbor killing your neighbor, and then they don't give it to you. They don't tell you about it. They're like, shit, we don't want to look stupid. We're going to keep prosecuting. We're just going to put him in jail. That is a really egregious violation. The prosecutor is actually beholden and has to give anything to the defense that was in their investigation, whether it helps or hurts, okay? And if they purposely withhold things that could help you, it's called a Brady violation, okay? And we've seen that in the case with what's the guy named from the Rust killing? A judge will penalize the prosecutors so heavily they might just dismiss the case with prejudice, saying you can't file this shit again. Like you fucked up and violated this person's rights. So what Diddy's lawyer is saying here is that whenever, we don't know when the search was yet, we're gonna find out. They're saying the feds had this information, and the feds did not turn this over. You know, the feds claim that they already turned over most of the discovery. Said they ain't turned over this yet to us, and they would have probably never told us about this if we didn't try to get Diddy out on bail for this 4th or 5th time, whatever you want to call it. So they're saying this is possibly them violating this Brady obligation, and that would be a violation, right? Okay. The notes are obviously privileged. It says of the 19 pages provided to the council, which, by the way, they did turn it over. So they turned it over supposedly the night before today. It says the notes reflect actual conversation with his attorneys concerning aspects of the trial preparation and his efforts to be released on bail. These notes refer to defense counsel by name, include discussions of the defense experts and witnesses, discuss cross-examination credibility of witnesses, and overall defense strategy. Mr. Combs' handwritten notes covering legal strategy are now in the hands of the trial prosecutors. That is crazy, right? Who hope to take advantage of the breach they committed to better prepare for the May 2025 trial and bring new charges and argue for Mr. Combs' attention. He keeps his legal materials in his locker. His notes are in the form of a legal pad, several of which the government has photographed, as well as loose leaf paper on which he makes notes. On top of his legal pads and notes, he has a folder marked legal. This is to put anyone on notice that everything in the folder marked legal is exactly what it says it is. Legal, attorney, client materials that he brings to his meetings with his lawyers to prepare his investigative and his trial strategy. When he finishes his meetings with his lawyers, he brings his legal materials back to the locker where they're kept with clear warning written on the folder that these are his legal materials. So when Investigator 1, who we'll get to in a minute, saw a manila folder marked legal, that was his cue that all legal pads and loose pages of legal pads that are accompanied were Mr. Combs' legal materials. It says if the warning legal wasn't enough, the notes are obviously legal materials. He discussed it with his lawyer. They repeatedly referred to his lawyer by name. On the 14th page, he writes about so-and-so. It's hard to imagine a more self-evident privileged conversation than a trial lawyer telling the defendant about blah, blah, blah. And on the, okay. So it's basically saying, yo, this is shit. He's jotting down notes while talking to his lawyers. I would imagine Diddy's meeting with his lawyers every day, or as much as he can. I would think pretty much every day, right? I don't know how his schedule works. If he's on 23-1 and he has an hour to fucking shower and fucking eat and wreck, or I don't know if he gets wrecked. Does he have to like forego that to meet with his lawyers, or does he get special time? I don't know. As discussed, okay. So the third argument they're saying is the government did not inform the defense counsel that it had the notes as evidence, that the government is acting willfully. What? Yeah. So they didn't know. They didn't tell him they had it as part of their discovery obligations. The opening paragraph, blah blah blah. Nor did they. Okay, cool. The government explanation of how it took these notes is riddled with self-contradiction and lacks common sense. The government referred to Investigator 1, whose role in these events is as mysterious as is contradictory. The government states that Investigator 1 was assigned by the Bureau of Prisons to participate in the sweep, and that he's not part of the government's investigation of the defendant. Yet, the government also states that Investigator 1 has consistently monitored defendant's communications. Now, remember, this is in the filings where the government is saying we're listening to all his jail calls, right? What Diddy's lawyers are saying, if you have somebody in the prison that's listening to all my jail calls to see if I'm threatening witnesses, this and third, that goes beyond the scope of them being just a jail official. That means they're investigating on your behalf. So they're an investigator. So that's why they're coming back to say, if you have somebody investigating, which by the way, it's known that your calls are monitored and recorded, right? Before any inmate makes a call, it says it, right? So they're saying, how are you going to have the same person try to be perform in a role that's only for the BOP, right? Which is routine cell searches, right? So they're saying, you guys basically had an investigator search my cell, right? The government also states that it sent the grand jury subpoenas and documents to request the BOP for the defendant monitored communications. Okay, that's interesting. The letter is silent as to which BOP official the prosecutors work with in connection with the efforts, but it could appear that the prosecutors work with, among others, Investigator 1. Under circumstances, the hearing should encompass what connection exists between the prosecutor team and Investigator 1. Second, the government writes the BOP sweep was pre-planned, okay? So the government claimed they ran up in Diddy's cell as a nationwide sweep. They said, you know, this was a crackdown on all federal prisons, and they ran to every inmate cell across America to see if they had a shank, see if they had a gun, which obviously they probably wouldn't have, right? You would hope. See if they have drugs, whatever. And they're saying that's why they went in Diddy's cell. It wasn't like they were like, oh no, let's go in his cell to find some shit. They said, nah, this was just routine. Okay, so it says it was pre-planned. It was not in response to any particular threat or intelligence, and they did not target Mr. Combs. That's what the government said. However, the government also writes that there was nothing improper about Investigator 1 taking photographs, because Investigator 1, who had reviewed the defendant's calls and emails, was entirely justified in inspecting the defendant's assigned bunk to recover additional evidence. The government's, okay, anyway, I'm trying to get to the interesting part. So then the fifth part is this, right? The evidence shows that there was a law enforcement plot to photograph Mr. Combs' notes, have the taint team. So the government did have an explanation. We're going to hear about it when they're arguing about it in court. Apparently, they go into the cell, they see a bunch of shit, not necessarily all illegal, but before the prosecutors in Diddy's case get it, there's a taint team that looks through everything, and if it's not applicable or whatever, they don't hand it over. They only hand over things that they think are suggested that that inmate might be committing a crime. So the taint team did that, and they're saying law enforcement plot to photograph or whatever, have the taint team not advise counsel and use these plainly privileged materials to keep Combs in jail and gain an unfair trial advantage, okay? All right, bet. Okay, cool. Did they say when it happened? Okay. All right, he knew that there was a blah, blah, blah. Okay, so his cell was searched on October 28th, it seems, right? First investigator, one who had been monitoring, blah, 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 was absolutely targeting him, seized an opportunity to search his cell. He knew there was a completely unrelated multi-agency law enforcement measure planned for October 28th. So basically, they had the stuff damn near 22 days. Also, keep in mind, Also, keep in mind, they've been giving Diddy's lawyers discovery, but I guess they didn't give them this. Okay, so they took a bunch of pages of photographs of Diddy's like notebooks and stuff, and Diddy's lawyers say, "Yo, this is bullshit." Okay, all right, man. Cool. So then the next thing was the prosecutors responded. This is what they said. Okay, so we arrested him September 16th. The defendant's communications. They're going to talk about the PAC stuff. And then now they're talking about a sweep, right? So on October 28th, BOP and several other federal and local agencies initiated a sweep of the MDC. The sweep was pre-planned and coordinated to ensure the safety and security of staff and inmates at the MDC. It was part of a larger safety security initiative and not in response to any particular threat or intelligence, which, by the way, that's what Diddy's lawyer was saying. During the sweep, multiple houses were searched. It just basically saying it's not just Diddy's cell. Investigator 1 was assigned by BOP to participate in the week-long sweep. Keep in mind, this is the same guy who's listening, or same person who's listened to all of Diddy's calls. On the defendant's bunk, they found the following items: a manila folder marked legal, which kind of helps Diddy's point. Okay, all right. The instant motion, all right, good. Cool. So now let's get to court. So they show up in court today. Remember, Diddy shows up, no shackles, no nothing. Let's see what the fuck ends up happening, right? And shout out to Inner City Press. He actually did a good job of, kind of giving a rundown on what the fuck really happened. Let me see if where is it? Okay. All right. Let's kind of read through these quickly. I don't want to spend all day or all night on it, but let's kind of get to what the judge said. So Diddy came in, right, from the holding cell. They were waiting for the judge. Cool, all rise. The judge gets in. At that point, Diddy's lawyer, Diddy's lawyer says, they were waiting for Alexandra Shapiro, which is another, that's someone who got added on to Diddy's case for the appellate portion. However, it looks like they're sitting on regular stuff too. Okay, so Diddy's lawyer, the lead lawyer, Mark Agnafilio, says, hey, listen, we just want to know how his notes with his lawyer came into possession. Oh, I can't see it. Came into the government's possession. Right. Came into the government's possession, okay? Let me put this up a little bit. It says he has an expectation of privacy in his legal notes. The judge says, well, this occurred during a Bureau of Prisons sweep of the jail, but you're saying it was a pretext. And Diddy's lawyer says, yes, 19 pages of the notes was given from the taint team to them, which means to the prosecutors, right, to the ops, at least Diddy's ops. Diddy's lawyer then says, we know enough to make out a constitutional violation. That would be a Fourth Amendment violation, right? Which means an illegal search and seizure. He said, but we need to know more details about the failures. We haven't been able to test their explanation, and we need surveillance video of the search. By the way, again, I know y'all keep saying, well, if he's locked up, Fourth Amendment doesn't matter to him. It does. Not that they can't search the cell, but if they search the cell and take out things, or they're reading through his things that are attorney-client privilege, you are now searching, right? And you've seized things that you can't, right? That's actually protected, right? Now, if they look through his fan mail to see if bitches are sending him pussy pictures, nobody gives a fuck, right? Like, that's not protected, right? But his legal files with his attorney, he has a constitutional right to that being privileged and private. Okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, so it says, okay, cool. It says, we need the surveillance video of the search. It says, we need the communications of Investigator 1. We need to know about the role of the U.S. Attorney's Office on what should be photographs. The search was for drugs. That's what supposedly the search was for. Drugs, guns, and cell phones. But they're searching Mr. Combs' legal files. What the hell? The judge says, okay, keep it on logistics. Come on, what's up? Diddy's lawyer then says, we're not sure it was Investigator 1 that was doing the search. Who interviewed Mr. Combs? Who went to the area where his legal process papers were? Once we know that, we could have a Fifth Amendment transgression. So they're saying, we don't know necessarily if, this is a warrantless search. And what I mean by warrantless search of the papers, not the cell. They can search the cell, but they can't search everything within the cell if it's privileged, okay? And to use that other example I had, okay, imagine the government did have a warrant to go in your house, but they only had warrant to go in your house to look for guns. They go in your house, so they have a warrant for, so that's being in jail, right? Being in jail, they can run up in your cell at any time, right? But, so now I'm making the regular. So the government has a warrant to go in your house to look for guns. They take one of your cell phones and they go crack it. And talk about, oh, we found a video of him having mag guns in here, or found a video of this dead body. Well, you didn't have a video, you didn't have a warrant to search the phone. Not everything in the house is like it says on the warrant. Yo, when you go in the house, go look for guns, bullets, spent shells, go look for vest. It's gonna tell you what to look for. They don't go up in your house and be like, give me the phones and all the computers. Now it's different. If that was the intended thing, they would say take all electronic devices, right? So again, this is kind of like semantics here, but you got to play semantics in court, and this is the difference between a shitty lawyer, what do you call it again? When they assign you a lawyer versus a nigga like Brian Steele. Brian Steele is gonna argue you down, right? Hey, what the fuck? What y'all looking through that for? You know what I mean? You gotta make an argument for everything, right? Cool. So it says we might have a Fifth Amendment transgression, and we want to see what's up with that. And he also says we may even ask for the dismissal of the whole indictment. Send that boy Diddy home free with his baby oil, okay? Give him back his baby oil. Or for the recusal of the prosecution team. What does that sound like? Sounds a lot like the YSL case. Now, again, I keep telling you, listen, man, I'll bet 100,000 on this. If the U.S. prosecutor gets embarrassed by Diddy, I ain't gonna lie to you, heads are gonna roll. You see, Fulton County, they got a nigga process going on down there. Okay, let me explain Fulton County for a second for you, all right? Fonnie Willis, let me just show you this real quick. Fonnie Willis election. Remember when Fonnie Willis, she won re-election, okay? And when she won the re-election, we're gonna see the percentage. Here we go. She here we go. Fonnie Willis won the re-election over this woman. Remember the woman was like, yo, if I get DA, first thing I'm doing is dismissing the Young Thug case. Fonnie was still standing on it saying, man, we trying to send that nigga to jail for life. Fuck that. Atlanta is a Democratic place. Well, Atlanta's in Fulton County. Fulton County rocks Democrat. They ain't gonna they gonna put a black woman in there. They're not gonna put a white Republican in there. Like, only fans care about Thug. Who the fuck gives a fuck about voting for DA based on Young Thug? Respectfully. You get what I'm saying? So they don't give a damn. Fonnie Willis still won by a landslide. You get what I'm saying? So now why did I say that? This is why they're so slack. There is no other option. You got your DA walking around with a fat ass, fucking Nathan Wade, allegedly, giving out that good old wet, juicy, you know what I mean, box. You feel what I'm saying? to whoever she want, giving the nigga who's fucking her all type of special, yo, go get Trump. I'm gonna give you like $500,000. Doing whatever she want. Just charging rappers left, right, and center. YFN Lucci, bring your ass in here in jail. Thug, you too. She was trying to get baby. She was trying to get a couple niggas. Now, granted, they might have done crimes, so I ain't gonna trip. But even when they get embarrassed in court, and this is the point, when they get embarrassed in court, the people won't hold them accountable. There ain't no other option. This is nigga shit, nigga city. Fulton County, if you got a black face, a fat ass, and you run for DA, you gonna win. A Becky can't beat you out there. Never. This ain't Mississippi. The fuck? You think it's Alabama? This is Atlanta. Didn't they call it Wakanda? So here's the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to still bring it home. Land the plane. In Fulton County, it don't matter how much they fuck up because the people got no other option. So they just do sloppy work. You got the court system. Look like the judge might have sucked off somebody. Allegedly, I don't know. The court reporters hug up with Woody. You have another bailiff fucking a defendant. Yeah, they got all type of shit going on there. They're playing robbers and they're playing cops and robbers for real. Except it's like one of them ghetto booty 39 like fucking storylines. They're all fucking. Ain't no justice coming in Fulton County, okay? So that's why that place is fucked. Okay. This is why I say for any criminals, I think we should start a purge. Send all the criminals to Fulton County. The first thing if you're a criminal, I'm gonna give out a secret code. If you're a criminal, get to Fulton County and make sure you're fucking somebody in the court system. I don't care how ugly they look, how dried up like a prune, like a fucking dried up fucking a dried up grape that pussy look like roast beef. I don't care. Fuck somebody in the court system and shoot as many niggas as you want, because when you get locked up, you'll be back home free. Trust. Atlanta is a bunch of bullshit going on. However, when we get to the federal system, even though some of these places, California, New York, they're usually leaning Democratic, there is a general oversight of these people. The AUSA is responding. The people who are prosecuting this, they're on the team of the U.S. attorney. And the U.S. attorney is Damian Williams. Now, granted, this is going to be interesting, too. This is like deep politics. Deep politics, what I'm talking about. I hear that there might be some movement with that, too. I hear Damian, what's his name again? Sorry. U.S. Attorney Damian. Yeah, Damian Williams, right? There's some movement here, chat. Apparently he's leaving. This helps Diddy a lot, by the way. So this guy's about to leave. Now, he the one that got mad white women that work for him. And they're the ones that's on the case. They're the one that's going to be in court. Remember all them white women that was standing next to him? U.S. Attorney Damian Williams press conference. The one that went against Diddy. Yeah, remember this one? Yeah. That's him. And then him with the snow bunnies. He got all snow bunnies with him. Make sure he told Diddy he's cooked. Look, you see? The trail of snow bunnies coming in. Come on. Right? There they go. The snow bunny line of lawyers. These are all the prosecutors. The one named Emily, one of them, she's pregnant. She's even pregnant. The one named Emily is the top, is the queen. She's the one. Let me speak very, very nicely of them, because you never know. You start dissing prosecutors, they might be like, let me look up something on this bitch ass nigga too. Okay, but the one named Emily's the one who really gonna be on Diddy's head. Look, keep it going. Ooh, blondies, look at them. Come on. Why is he leaving? Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Why is that, mom? Let me make sure I be respectful in how I talk about these guys. Oh. I think, yeah. I think U.S. attorneys get appointed by the president, right? Does U.S. attorneys get appointed by presidents? Yes. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, so U.S. attorneys serve their term with they serve their term with the president. So Biden put homie in power, you know? Biden, Kamala. Biden, Trump won, which, by the way, truth be told, if you ever wonder why, like, everybody, like, you know, respectfully, why everybody, like, let me just bring it back to the base and bring it back up. Some of these motherfuckers was getting paid, right? Like, there's a lot of people that were getting paid to twerk, paid to do this. But there are a lot of people who just showed up to endorse some of these candidates for free, for the free ski. I'm going to tell you why. Especially some of these gangster rappers. You got some trouble, this and third. It does matter. It does matter. It's like, yo, you do me a favor, I might do you a favor. Any of these niggas ever need a pardon? It's going to weigh a lot. Yo, remember when you were running for president and I spoke up for you in my city? Say OT7 quality. Obviously, I don't want nobody to get no charges, but like, yo, that's going to matter. It's going to matter. It is going to matter, right? Also, with the changing of a president, we get a new regime. Now, here's the thing, too. So, interestingly enough, so the president of the United States appoints the U.S. attorneys, right? The Senate does give advice and consent, so I think they got to go through confirmation. But they also, and they do 4 years, and obviously the other president could keep them or let them go. Here's the thing, right? And by the way, I think the Attorney General of the United States usually kind of like, did Trump pick his Attorney General? Did he pick? Is it Gates? Is it this guy? Okay, yeah. So the Attorney General is like I don't want to get to politics, or not politics, but like that. So this is how powerful the president is, but a lot of it is just like putting the people in place, and then those people make decisions, right? So the U.S. attorneys, and this is why, like, you know, once an administration goes in, you start seeing the prosecution of certain stuff more or less prosecution of stuff more, right? Like, if Trump is saying, I'm going to deport all you motherfucking Mexicans, right? And I'm not saying that disrespectful, but if that's what he's saying and he picks a bunch of attorney generals, he's going to pick the ones who are going to be working with ICE to deport motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, if there are federal cases like that, right? Even though that's a whole different section, and U.S. attorneys kind of, anyway, that's how kind of shit works. The only thing that doesn't work like that is the judges. So the judges, the president elects the prosecutor or picks the prosecutor, but the prosecutor leaves with them or stays with them. The judge goes for life, right? So the judge goes till they die. So for the 9 Supreme Court judges, they last for life. And they kind of interpret the Constitution, right? So like things like Roe v. Wade, things like the Fourth Amendment, they interpret that, right? Which is big because a lot of shit trickle down from that. But then all U.S. district court judges, they appoint those people too. All district and circuit court judges. And the thing is, it's kind of like if y'all ever played like these video games, what's it called? It's RNG, random number generator. It's random because once, say Biden put in 200 judges, which he didn't, but let's say he did, right? Trump can't say y'all fired. They last until they retire. So for each president, it's who retired while you're in, right? Like, let me see how many judges he confirmed or nominated. How many U.S. district judges has Biden appointed? So you'll make the appointment, then they get confirmed. Okay. U.S. Oh, okay. Yeah. See? So Biden did 218, right? He did one associate justice. He did one for the Supreme Court, 45 for Court of Appeals, which is circuit courts, and 170 for district courts. So okay. And then how much did Trump do last time? How many this has Trump appointed? What Trump did 234. So they kind of did around the same. He did 3 for Supreme Court though. That's why people tight. But he can't control that. Niggas is retiring. They old as fuck. 54 for Court of Appeals and 174. How much did Obama do? Obama. How many district? Obama. Oh damn! Obama did a lot. Obama did 329. Ooh, okay. Who was before Obama? Oh, well, he had 2 terms. He had 8 years. Who was before Obama? So that was 2008. Who was 2000? That was Bush, right? Wasn't Bush? Bush was before Obama? Bush was before Obama, right? Not Kennedy. Shut your ass up. It was Bush, yeah. George Bush. Okay, he did 327. Okay. So it looked like if you do 2 terms, you do about over 300. Trump is probably going to do over like 300, clearly. Yeah. So that's going to kind of be, but I don't think no one else appointed more people. How many Supreme Court justices appointed most by any president? They'll tell me. Which president selected the most Supreme Court justices? Let's see. Some of y'all might be like, what are you talking about right now? Who did it? Oh, George Washington did 8. Well, okay, damn. This must have been before they got like lifetime terms. Andrew Jackson, this is some old shit. Abraham Lincoln, Reagan did 3, Nixon 3, Truman 3, 3. Yeah, these are old niggas. This is black and white shit, right? And then you're going to see Big DT. Oh, I thought Donald did 3. Anyway, I thought he did 3. Supreme Court justices. Like, for example, and also I'm going to tell you how Supreme Court matters too, right? So, like, even this Diddy stuff we talking about, that's a Supreme Court-like issue, right? Like, bail, they don't give a fuck about your bail. But the argument on Fourth Amendment of a inmate, that's something the Supreme Court would listen to. So this is going to be huge. Diddy got the best lawyers. They're going to lobby. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Trump wants to kind of, like, be seen as kind of getting his back, but Trump could probably, Trump and his administration could kind of get that to the Supreme Court, but I don't think Trump and his people want to be tied in as you're supporting Diddy. They're already getting problems with like Gates and all these other people already. Let me see who anointed these guys. Bush did the first one. This is the black guy who they say this is an actual Uncle Tom, because this guy, he's super conservative, right? They hate this motherfucker. And he's like the second behind this guy, really. Who put him in there? Bush gave him 2. Okay, and then Bush gave this person 2. Goddamn. Barack gave her, Barack gonna put a woman in there, Sonia Sotomayor. Also, here's the thing with this too, which was, I'll get into some other stuff later. A little bit of politics, not too much. A lot of the shit they're talking about, Trump put some people in power. When Barack, and I don't know if it's racist, when Barack was president, they changed the rules of confirmations. Barack Obama, rule change confirmation. Yes. So in 2013, right? So Obama was still president, right? Because he was president from 2008 to 2016, right? So let me tell you what this meant. And it helped Trump out a lot, low key. So what happened was that when you appoint somebody, the Senate has to confirm them. They go through these hearings and third, then they make a vote. And essentially, it's like a really weird process because you're telling the president no if you vote against what they're saying. Barack Obama was having a hard time putting judges in. Like, he would appoint a judge, and it gets to the Senate, and they would vote it down. So they then changed the rules, right? Because they said that they were, and it wasn't only for judges. The Republicans were blocking because Barack, and that's one of the reasons he probably wasn't one of the best presidents, even though we love Barack, because he couldn't get a lot done. There was so much filibuster going on with him. When you're the president, you need the House and the Senate, and they were Republican and he's Democrat, so they're like, fuck this guy. Everybody love him. He got like a nice little. You think he James Harden, and nigga look like he fuck bitches. Fuck this nigga. So everything he was trying to do, they were like, fuck that. They were voting no. So they then changed the rules because it says for the first time in history, the Republicans, they were hating on this nigga crazy. They were using a filibuster to prevent Barack Obama from appointing executive team and appointing judges. So they changed the rules, right? So they used to need 60 votes. So it's 100 people in the Senate, two representatives, 2 senators from each state. They then changed the rules to say you don't need 60% of the votes to confirm somebody. You only need majority, which is 51, right? Now, that helped out Trump a lot because when Trump won, a lot of other motherfuckers won with him, right? When, like even now, when Trump wins, they got control of the House and Senate. So whatever Trump says, that shit's gonna go. Like whatever he says, he could say, or not whatever he says, but like if he appoints fucking Beavis and Butthead, and fucking if he says Kodak Black, like I just seen this thing. I think it's a fake thing though. Dr. Oz, I think it's fake though. They said Trump picks Dr. Oz. Yo, Trump is wildin'. He picks Dr. Oz to lead Medicare. Niggas is like, yo, who is he gonna pick next? Is he gonna pick Kodak Black to lead the fucking CDC? What the fuck is going on? Nigga pick Dr. Oz. The next thing he gonna do is pick Dr. Phil to lead the fucking to fucking lead the whole health shit. Anyway. But when he picks these motherfuckers, they only need 51 votes in the Senate. And I think, look, who has control of the Senate right now? Well, okay. After election. Yeah, Republicans won it. So they have 52. So essentially, they have 52 Senate seats, right? Which are Republicans. 48 that are Democrats. So if Trump appoints academics to run, I don't know, some international affairs, and they might be like, who the fuck is academics? We don't want that nigga to run shit. He ain't got no experience. They start grilling me and all these like congressional shit, and I'm like fucking just sound like an idiot. It gets to a vote, right? Usually, well, they might try to prevent it from getting to a vote, but when it gets to a vote, unless you want Trump to be mad at you, if you're one of the 52 Republicans, you better vote for what Trump wanted, nigga. So that's kind of how like politics is. It's such an interesting. I find it hilarious. I like kind of watching it. I don't know if anybody watched House of Cards, but shout out to y'all. Okay, I strayed off the path. I know that's one of the classic academics tandems or tangents actually. Let's get back to Diddy, right? Let me kind of touch back on what I was talking about the Diddy thing. What I was saying is that the Damian Williams guy, he's leaving. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how much the Trump administration is going to be gung-ho in trying to prosecute cases like this against these rich celebrities. By the way, as I said how politics work, I guarantee, look, Abercrombie CEO. If you're the CEO or former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, maybe you don't know Trump, but once you get to be making that type of money, I'm pretty sure you've greased a lot of pockets, lobbying money, donations. That's where that should try. You're hoping it comes back around, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe, you know, the administration's like, why the fuck are we wasting resources trying to prosecute niggas just fucking bitches? You know what I mean? Like, again, that's how kind of politics play into some of these like federal charges. So anyway, I say that with Diddy because the prosecutor, who is a Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, super woke, let's stop these, you know, last tangent. Y'all notice, really, once Biden's operation or like his administration got popping, that red pill fuck these whole movements died, right? Because the woke motherfuckers, that was their administration, right? The woke motherfuckers, they like, it's like, oh, call me my pronoun, I'm a they. Like, it's you know who was rocking when Biden and them was popping, right? So all of the niggas who was like, you're misogynist, you hate women, one of those type shit, right? Cool. Check this out. Trump back in office. This shit about to flip once again, man. It's gonna be like, man, fuck y'all. Man, fuck y'all. You know what I'm talking about. Man, fuck y'all rights, nigga. The fuck? We back on some shit, man. Trump gonna be clowning these hoes. He might be calling chicks bitches. Like, Trump on some shit. You're gonna watch the whole shit just turn back around. Again, this is how much, again, the president kind of sets the palette for what's gonna go on. Now, I don't know what era you like better. The men fighting in women's sports or Andrew Tate going crazy. I don't know. Whatever you want to pick. But still, that's going to be also a byproduct of this. So anyway, I say all that to say, obviously, this U.S. prosecutor is still going to finish out their case, right? But you do know Trump and his background isn't the most woke. And you should think of these things as you go forward in some of the cases we're seeing brought now, right? Where people are saying, wait, is flying out girls sex trafficking? Well, nigga, you don't think Trump and them was having their own freak-offs? Like they're not going to be telling their Department of Justice to fucking, yo, go hunt down the freak-off billionaires. Like, what the fuck? He wanted to, allegedly. Again, let me just stop. Okay, cool. Let me just get back on the beaten path. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't know how this case is going to turn next year when Trump comes in office, because that prosecutor is on the way out. And because that prosecutor is on the way out, yes, this is important for what he's doing, but it gets a little iffy, right? It gets a little iffy because they're kind of working under the mandate in the direction of an administration that's leaving, right? Which works for Diddy. Now, I don't know if Diddy is cool with Trump, but that might help if, think about the person replacing. Think about if the person replacing, and by the way, it won't happen immediately, right? So they're going to go through hearings. It's not as soon as Trump gets elected. They're going to have to go through these confirmation process. So if this Jay Clayton guy takes over, if Trump is really cool with Diddy, you know, Trump could be like, yo, ease up, bro. Ease up off that nigga. You know what I mean? You never know. Case might turn a little different. Just giving you that type of information, because when we're thinking about federal cases, politics is politics, but there's a lot of things that happen, right? It's a lot of things, right? Okay. And I guess I was saying this is why people help out politicians, because a good politician never forget. They never forget. Just like a good judge never forgets. Brian Steele donated you a lot of money. You ain't gonna give his fucking client 45 years. Tell that nigga to walk out of jail and go this Gunna. Okay. All right. So cool. All right. Damn. I feel like I did a lot. W tangent or L tangent, people? Probably L tangent, right? I know. I went through a lot to get to there. Apologize. I'm trying to give y'all some explanation but I'm trying to give you in layman's terms to make shit make sense. Because I was once like you and I just didn't understand what everything means. But I'm kind of just trying to give you the game, right? I hope you guys kind of got it. We're back on to reading the transcript, okay? Cool. All right. Blah, blah, blah. So the Fifth Amendment thing is going to be a big issue. Now, also, here's the thing, too. A great lawyer, as we've seen with Brian Steele, you want to raise all these small issues now that if he does get somehow convicted, when you go for an appeal, you would have a lot of different reasons to get a new trial or overturn the verdict, right? Imagine if they do keep the evidence, but at least you raise the point, right? You it's called you mark it to the record, right? You're preserving the record actually. When you object to it or you file a motion and say, hey, listen, this shouldn't count, right? Good. Good. So blah blah blah. So here we go. So the judge is now asking the prosecutor this. Yo, government or USA, well, the feds. What happened here? Why are y'all taking pictures of Diddy's notebooks? And the AUSA, this is Mary, she's saying none of the prosecutors had any contact with them. But then the judge says, come on, you know what I mean. Investigator 1 was monitoring his communication in and out of jail. Okay? Not in and out of jail. In and out. And the judge then says, is this a Fourth Amendment violation? So the judge is even asking. The judge didn't make his ruling yet, but he's kind of just facetiously asking. And the AUSA, Slavic, which is Mary, she says, well, the BOP investigator works for the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons. He's focused on safety. And if the defendant is in compliance with the BOP rules, he was actually not. And it is true. The BOP gave us the info. None of the prosecution's team were aware that Investigator 1 was going to be a part of the sweep. So what just happened there? The feds just admitted the person we've assigned or the BOP gave us to listen to Diddy's call for the purpose of our investigation, we had no idea that their routine sweep, that person was going to be a part of too. Okay, so the judge says, well, when did you become aware that photos were taken of his notes? And then Mary says, well, after the sweep. The judge says, but wait, before the grand jury subpoena? The judge says, so there's nothing else. We don't know what the answer is to that. So the prosecutors had said they got a subpoena to get access. You could get you could have a subpoena to get. It's kind of like a warrant, damn near, right? You know what I mean? You could subpoena information, which is almost like now you have a reason to bring it into court. But they're saying, did you hear about it before you got the subpoena? Because the subpoena is usually to ask for it if it exists, not to know that it exists already. And now you're finding some weird way to bring it into court. So just said, so there's nothing else to say. And Mary then says, well, Diddy's lawyer says the defense team doesn't know what the taint team has, but we made a production to them last night of everything. We gave him not just 19 pages, but they were past everything. We passed them to their case team. And Mary then says, these material was obtained as part of the government's covert ongoing grand jury investigation. So that's where the subpoena comes in. So by the way, a current grand jury is investigating and still watching to see if they're going to supersede the indictment. This could be part of witness tampering charges to come, or it could be part of more charges that are just replicating with victims or other charges to do with whatever they think he's doing, right? And it says, we're not required to notify the defense of our ongoing investigation of criminal conduct. We receive these materials in an appropriate channel. Whenever we get new information, if there's a reason to believe there's privilege, it goes to the filter team. Okay? Now, this is going to be, again, I could see the Supreme Court actually looking into this. There's probably already case law on file that actually gives precedence to this, but if not, I could see Diddy's team running it up to the Supreme Court of the United States. So here's the two arguments that's going against each other. Diddy's saying, hey, I get it, I'm in jail. You could search my jail cell for drugs, guns, contraband. But when y'all start going through my legal notes, and then you take my legal notes and pass it to the prosecutors and enter it in as evidence of me not getting bail, well, you just did an illegal search and seizure, and it's illegal search and seizure because it's confidential. It should be only be between me and my lawyer. They're saying, the government or the AUSAs are saying, well, yeah, we have a guy that's listening to the phone calls, but we don't pick who do their sweeps. Their sweeps were independent. They did the sweep, and then they came up. They have a team that's called a taint team that looked at it and said, this stuff looked like it's violated or seems to be in line with some criminal conduct. They actually thought Diddy was saying, pay this person off, like he was sending messages type shit. So they're saying they then passed that to us after our grand jury subpoena, which we didn't do anything wrong. We're just investigating, and we don't have to alert him or his lawyers about our investigation. So a grand jury could, it's usually secret, and it is secret right now because we don't know what's been going on. But they could get your phone records. They're not going to tell you. Or they could get whatever. They don't have to tell you for the grand jury. Now, for the trial, and if it gets brought into trial, they then have to put it in some paperwork. But whatever. Anyway, cool. So that's the two opposing sides. Is this a Fifth Amendment violation or not? So, cool. It says, we're not required to notify the defense of our ongoing investigation of criminal conduct. We receive these materials in an appropriate channel whenever we get new information. If there's a reason to believe this is privileged, it goes to the filter team. It says, then the judge says, well, if there were verbatim notes of his meetings with his lawyers, how would you know without asking the defense? So I guess the judge is saying, so you're saying you weren't going to tell the defense nothing because you don't got to tell them because you're investigating them. But how would you know if it's his meeting notes if you don't ask them, hey, are these your meeting notes? And Mary says, I understand. There is a dialogue between the defense and the filter team. I'm not a part of that. So there's claiming, well, we have a filter team that then talks to their people. Okay, they're just doing the rigmarole, pretty much. The judge says, I don't understand that divided line between the covert investigation and the discovery in this case, given that the defendant has been charged. So the judge looked like they're siding with Diddy a bit, right? So the AUSA then says, once our grand jury investigation is ongoing into the conduct that has not currently been charged, we have multiple ways of getting that information that are not obvious to the defendant. We're not obliged to inform them, okay? And we have no authority for that. The judge says, I want to be cautious since some of this is sealed. But is any of this privilege? And the AUSA says, the notebook labeled things to do, not attorney-client. They suggest they were meant to be in a folder marked legal, but self-labeling isn't enough. So I guess there's two different folders, or I guess maybe they're separated. One is the legal folder, and there's one that says things to do. Diddy's argument is everything that's there is supposed to be included in the legal folder. They're saying we didn't look at it like that. We just thought it was just things to do, not legal, right? Cool. All right, bet. So it says these include action items for non-lawyers. That's not privileged. Their information about family members' birthdays, also not privileged. We point to the Lumiere decision by Judge Rakoff. We're happy to engage with the defense. The judge says, how about agreeing that I should not consider these two excerpts in your opposition to the bail motion? And then the AUSA says, I think that's right. For the bail argument scheduled for Friday. The judge says, what about put them in a vault? There are inspirational messages. The AUSA says, these are related to our ongoing investigation. There's no reason to put the notes in a vault. As a matter of procedure, the defendant would have to make a motion. These notes are not attorney-client privilege. The AUSA says, then there's work product, which is broader, which it's meant to protect the attorney mental process. But these are not. It's about an administrative question. Following up with a paralegal is not protected. The judge says, what if an individual had counsel paid by another? Okay. The AUSA says the payment, not privilege. And if it's about having paying off a witness, that is what we're investigating. These notes referred to individual 2, a non-lawyer, third party. It's on his to-do list. The judge says a defense lawyer can investigate potential witnesses. It would be malpractice not to. If these are about the defense team preparation for witnesses, isn't it a closer call if it falls into work product? AUSA says the person tasked is a non-lawyer. Okay, so they're arguing real semantics, right? Then the AUSA says, on October 18th, the defendant told a family member to work with a non-lawyer to find out everything about victim 2. And this non-lawyer, individual 2, is not identified as a part of the defense team. The judge then says, what about turning over the surveillance video of the raid or the search of his cell? He says, we are opposed. There is no authority for that. The judge says, I noticed that Mark says they want to work with you to resolve this. So Mark starts to laugh. And the judge says, you may not agree, but why not discuss? And Mark says, I don't want to give them insights. So Diddy's lawyer doesn't really want to try to work with them to kind of discuss, hey, listen, Diddy's lawyer doesn't want to explain what they found, right? And I get why. Like, the fuck are we going to explain to them what they found? They already got the codes. They got the nuclear codes. We're supposed to explain to them how to fucking use it? Hell out of here. So he says all the legal pads say legal. What the government is saying was searched is not just accurate. So the judge says, wait, are you saying the photos were taken from the pads marked legal? Can you show me? Diddy's lawyer walks up and shows the judge I guess like a picture. Diddy's lawyer says, when we visit him in jail, we have lists. Everything in these pads are what we discuss. Trial strategy, who we should be speaking with to undermine a witness credibility. We discuss everything with Mr. Combs. This is a sweeping racketeering case. Okay? Then they say, yo, we're studying this man's life for our bail application, his charity work. There's not a single day that goes by that we don't spend every nook and cranny, that we don't spend time on every nook and cranny of this man's life. I have a case, very important case, okay? Is that Diddy comes out and reads us his to-do list. This is privilege. Them 19 pages include things we've said to him. The name of potential witness is a retired doctor. Now they have that. That's in the heartland of the attorney-client privilege. It said Combs comes out, reads us his list. Oh, okay, they said this twice. He says, the judge says, looking at the case you cited, said, Mrs. Slavic, are you familiar with it? The Mary, Miss Slavic, she says, I'm not, Your Honor. Then Diddy's lawyer says, Miss Garagos has something to say. Then this is Mark Garagos' daughter, Tenny Garagos, who says, they say they have a covert grand jury investigation, but there's the current indictment. And the prosecutor then says, we're talking about the 11 pages of notes, not a stack. None of these notes are legal. The judge says the notes themselves are not legal, but the page was in a legal pad that was marked legal. The prosecutor then says it's not clear when the defendant wrote that on. Then the judge says, listen, we will have a bail hearing on Friday at which I will not consider the material.
Oh,
He's
shit.
talking about what was found in
Marcos.
the cell.
Shout out to father.
He says, in terms of running down the privilege issues, we can take weeks. Any issue with that time frame, Diddy's lawyer says no. And judge says, I'll issue a schedule. And Diddy's lawyer then says, if they're intending to seek a supersede indictment with these notes, and the judge says, prosecutors, and they says, just to be clear, the filter team can keep the notes. The judge says, if they're not involved in a grand jury investigation or this case, if they're not involved in the grand jury investigation or this case. Oh, okay. And then Diddy's lawyer says they should preserve the video. AUSA says, fine. Then the judge says, what about Jeffries? Okay, the Abercrombie case in EDNY, Eastern District of New York, by the way. It says the government released that person on $10 million bail. Be prepared to address why this is different. And AUSA Slavic says, no, this is very different. Judge says, see you Friday. Okay. The judge seemingly has said, if you guys are looking for a superseding indictment, those notes cannot be used. And the only way you could keep them are if they're not involved in this current case or the grand jury investigation. Now, he had mentioned put in a vault. Let me just kind of sum it up on what his ruling is. He didn't fully rule that they can't use this stuff. He's saying, I'm going to rule on it, but it might take months because I'm going to really think about this. And the reason why he's going to think about this is the very core of what would be a Fifth Amendment violation. And because he doesn't want to think on it and just make a decision now, he wants to read case law. He wants to do a lot on this to make sure he's coming to the right decision that if, and not even if, it will get most likely appealed no matter what he says, especially if he goes against Diddy. He hopes that the Court of Appeals, or let's say goes beyond that to the Supreme Court, they're going to say, no, he made the right decision. So he's saying it's going to take months, but for now, nobody use it in investigating him for a superseding indictment or in this case, and I'm not going to consider it in the bail application happening on Friday. So what are they going to consider? They're going to consider what they've said before, that Diddy has tried to like contact witnesses, which Diddy had a response for that saying, oh, no, I didn't. I did have contact with certain people, but it was not to get them to say anything on my behalf. I've never tried to coerce a witness or threaten nobody. Now, the only thing that they're going to have to argue is, did Diddy use the jail phone privileges of someone else to make calls to people? Because the judge has pretty much thrown out all the notes. So the notes the government can't use. So because the government was saying, yo, he had stuff written down that were meant to be either passed to his lawyer or his lawyer was supposed to give to so-and-so to act out on whatever Diddy wanted to be done, which might be intimidate a witness, silence a witness, pay off a witness. And the judge is saying, y'all can't use that shit because it might be attorney-client privilege. Y'all might have violated his Fifth Amendment right. So, Fourth Amendment right. Sorry. So, y'all can't use that, and I'm going to make a schedule on how I'm going to make that ruling. And that might come with more arguments, might come in another hearing, but I'll give you the schedule on that. But it's probably going to take months, right? So that's a big win for Diddy. Now, do I think he's getting out Friday? The judge kind of seemed like they're leaning his way a bit. The judge brought up himself, yo, the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO got out on $10 million bail, right? Jeffries, Abercrombie, 10 million. Look, so he got out on 10 million bail. Yeah, he was released on $10 million in bail, right? And shit. Ooh, what the fuck? Oh, let me watch this then. Give me 1 second. What the hell is this? Sorry, let me just let this play. And then I'll play it. Hold on, give me 1 second. This is just... I took my ad blockers off and shit. Because these things were just fucking hating. What the fuck is it? Oh my god, I need to click on it. Okay, so going. How many men over 50 stay in the game? What the fuck? Okay, here we go.
It's the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jeffries, appearing in federal court in West Palm
Yeah, he got free. That nigga free as a bird.
Beach. He is one of 3 men at the center of an FBI.
Let me Google these guys. Mike Jeffries. You always got to search up them politics, man. I'm telling you. You got to search up them with the president. Biden. You got to see if they got any type of allegiance to either side. Trump. Because trust me, they're definitely going to lean on all that type of shit to try to get out of this shit. Anyway.
Investigation accused of running a prostitution and international sex trafficking operation.
The defendants allegedly preyed on the hopes and dreams of their victims by exploiting, abusing, and silencing them to fulfill their own desires with insidious, secret intentions.
Good evening. I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Investigative reporter Terry Parker was in court for today's hearing and has been digging through that indictment. She learned prosecutors believe these crimes were going on in New York.
All right. Anyways. Okay. So this dude got $10 million bail. If you ask me, big W for Diddy. I think Diddy has gotten a judge to look at the prosecutor with a side eye to say, are y'all taking advantage of this guy? And maybe I should let him out on bail, because if, this was a really strategic way that his lawyers argued it, because this bail hearing on Friday, you know what they're going to say? Yo, judge, you already see what type of time they're on. They're trying to keep my client locked up, rated cell, find more shit. They're trying to build a case, and the only case they got is trying to raid his cell. That's not fair, So again, if the judge is kind of feeling like maybe. Now, granted, I do think Mark still has to fully jump over the hurdle. He's gonna have to do it in court Friday. You have to convince the judge that Diddy will not be contacting witnesses, will not be using intermediaries to harass people, will not be trying to pay people off. And I think that's going to be tough. But Diddy's a little bit closer to getting bail. I thought his bail prospects were like 5%, right? After the Abercrombie person got bail, I thought it went to 15%. After now, with them doing this weird shit where they raided his cell and is using that as reason to keep him in jail, because they're now using that as potential investigative material in his current case. I give him 30%.
Let's take a break. Let's see what happened today. Let's see what's going on today. Take a quick break.
Tonight, breaking
people dead and one person in the hospital.
And good evening, I'm Tom Yamas. We have a lot to get to tonight on President-elect Trump's transition team, including several new nominations just in the last few hours. But we want to begin tonight with that breaking news, the massive explosion decimating an Ohio home. Look at this doorbell cam footage. It shows the house exploding, sending debris flying across the block. And new cell phone video showing the inferno in its wake. And good evening, I'm Tom Yamas. We have a lot to get to tonight on President-elect Trump's transition team, including several new nominations just in the last few hours. But we want to begin tonight with that breaking news, the massive explosion decimating an Ohio home. Look at this doorbell cam footage. It shows the house exploding, sending debris flying across the block. And new cell phone video showing the inferno in its wake, flames destroying what was left of the home. At least 2 people are dead, another person injured. That explosion happening in Bethel, Ohio, a small town about 30 miles southeast of Cincinnati. Maura Barrett starts us off tonight with the investigation now underway.
A massive explosion leveling a home in Bethel, Ohio.
We have the fire department on scene, so showing or advising the house is gone.
This doorbell camera from a neighbor capturing the moment and the falling cloud of debris.
Definitely tell with the debris field, it was a large explosion that had sent debris across the neighborhood.
The blast leaving at least 2 people dead and 1 person in the hospital recovering with burn injuries.
He's like bent over with his hands on his knees, like trying to get a breath and stuff. And he's all dirt, like his face was dirty. And then I got closer. We're like, "Are you okay?"
It wasn't a guy that I just seen on Scoops.